so we'll continue on. We were talking about how polite everybody was. Mrs. So-and-so, and even if you were close friends.
Mrs. Pierce, Mrs. Littlejohn, no one except Mrs. Davy was Ida.
Okay.
That's how
Well,
close the
even when
friends
I
were.
was in school, we never called anybody,
no.
the teachers, anything but
Oh, no.
Mrs.
I
So-and-so.
I didn't.
Oh, no.
We
And it was hard for me, after I left there, to call Terry Heaney anything but Mr. Heaney,
Of course. Yeah. Well, yeah. Until I came here, I would never think to call you Ruth. It was Mrs. White till, but then everyone else here was calling you Ruth, so I was like,
That's right.
I'm gonna look weird if I say Mrs. White all the time.
Things change. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's gone now though. Not everyone says the Mrs.
yeah.
and the Mister, and I miss some of those. It's just manners, and I think some of that's gone. But I think that's very interesting that she was Ida, but everybody else was.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
She was Ida.
fantastic.
She was the only one, everybody of her friends, and she was very busy with the Women's Institute and the Women's Missionary Service. Yeah, and it wasn't until she got into Eastern Star. My dad was a Mason,
Okay.
and when they moved to Dutton, she got into Eastern Star in a big way, and that's when I first started to hear her call people by their first name of her own age.
Okay.
And that would be, I left here in, when did I go into Dutton? I don't know, 76, 77, so, that long ago. But that was how she was brought up, and that was something anyhow. Yeah, but I didn't know Ida was Ida.
Well, that's great because I never met her.
No, no.
I'd met my grandfather's second wife, Hazel. Like I remember her from being little. But yeah, I don't. My dad remembers his grandma. Yeah, because I don't know. She didn't think that my grandmother watched him enough, and so. But then if he got in trouble and they were going to spank him, she wasn't having it. You did not spank her.
See, I remember when your grandmother or great grandmother, whichever Ida is,
Ida's my great grandmother. Yeah.
lived above the gas station that they had,
Yes.
and that is where the first mission band started.
Oh, that's
And
where they
my
met.
mother and she ran this mission band. That's how she ran it.
Oh, and what did
Sam
they
and my
do?
dad had been really good friends.
Okay.
In the garage because, that sort of thing. And I remember climbing those stairs and I thought it was neat to live up there.
And the stairs were at the back.
The stairs were
still?
at the back,
Okay.
and mission band was held in her living room, and she had an apartment. You went through
Yeah,
the
there's
kitchen.
two
and
apartments
there
up
was a
there.
big room for a living room, and then there was the bedrooms on the right hand side.
Now, did Ida's parents live there at the time?
No,
Okay.
No,
They did
I don't-
They did later.
you see, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Them
This would be
living there.
mission band, so it would be in 1939, somewhere in
Okay,
there.
so probably later.
1940. And then I remember when they built their new house,
Yes. Next door.
and that was a big to do.
Okay.
That was great. But they still, that's how Mom and she really, Mom knew her from the WMS, but I think that's where they became good
So what did the
friends.
mission band do? Because I've heard of it, but I never really heard what they did.
Well,
Or-
we met and we learned about people from other countries, kids,
Okay.
and we had a mission band, we had a box with, it was in yellow and purple, I think, and it was a slot, you could put pennies in.
Money,
it or
okay.
whatever. And when you got that filled, I don't know whether it was for a full year or whatever, they got collected and sent somewhere.
Okay. Almost like sponsoring a child or
Then you
But it
went
was a
from there
charity.
to CGIT.
Yeah, but we didn't have CGIT out here.
okay. Yeah, I've never heard of CGIT.
Canadian
did,
Girls in
Dutton.
Training, Dutton had it. We
Oh.
went,
Or middies and
yeah,
Okay. So Dutton had the
CGIT, we didn't.
Okay.
And we didn't, that church was a bigger church,
they had
the
mother and
United
daughter
Church.
banquets and all that.
Yeah,
Oh. And what time period would the CGIT be after?
12 to whatever it was,
Yeah.
18.
Okay.
We had
Canadian
young
Girls in
people,
Training.
yeah.
In training. I'd never okay.
No,
I
we-
had not heard of that.
Yeah, we had young peoples.
Okay.
We went for mission band, well, there wasn't sort of anything in there, and then,
And was it sort of an offspring, like part of the United Church? Is that sort of, okay, that's where they started
Yeah,
with that, okay.
I think Mission Band itself was just to teach kids about something other people in other
Missionaries.
countries and
Yeah.
missionaries and sort of stuff. But we're all very young, and it was
To be
just a
charitable.
fun thing to do. And
Because you know what? This is going to be funny. I had read about Wallacetown Mission Band, and I just assumed it was musical. I just assumed it was a band
Yeah,
because,
no.
of course, all the Davy girls played the piano and everybody sang.
yeah.
And, so I just
Yeah.
thought it was a band. Yeah, that's
so-
funny. So I'm glad you set me straight.
That's what Wallacetown Mission Band is. The church was the center of the entertainment for me as a kid.
Yeah.
Until
You
I
see,
got
that's
later
what's-
into my teens. But for that period of time growing up, everything was held in the church.
That's what's the matter now, you see.
I totally agree.
Well,
Churches.
I
there's
agree.
There's so many other things
Yeah.
for people to go to and things, children.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think it teaches a foundation of, like I said, the manners. Because I think that's probably where I most interacted with a lot of adults at one time, and you knew how to behave in public.
it teaches respect.
Yes.
But respect is taught at home, it starts out. You can
Yes.
blame that, you can look at that, but there's a whole mess of stuff. The whole life cycle has changed. More family, economics have changed, so you've got more people working, having to work. The expectation of instant gratification because they live in an instant society. It's just, and with the communication, I look at my grandkids and my great-grandkids, and with a push of a button, it's instantaneous. And they can access anything. And so where is the learning how to communicate? And isn't that how you learn respect through communication?
Yeah.
And that's not there.
'Cause
So,
Yeah, people aren't talking, or
that's right. I said to my granddaughter,
you're texting.
when's the last time you used the phone? Answered a phone? She said, I can't remember.
No.
They don't have a landline anymore.
No, everyone. Yeah, we all have cell phones, and yeah, and
But I'm not saying we shouldn't have progress.
no, I think in equal quantities, well, like you were saying, you were kind of the most progressive home
They
with
said
the
that, we
hydro and
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's kind of my thought on the first people to have hydro and the
Yeah, the hydro went down the road. This was before I was born.
Okay, so the
And-
late 20s.
I was born in 30. August
There was
of
hydro.
32,
Okay.
So it would be early 30s. Yeah, the hydro went down the road and people hooked in.
They didn't have it up at Grandma's for a long time
No,
after that.
Okay.
The original Page Farm, no. That didn't, and that was always exciting. I could go up and they had the lanterns. And,
Oh, I
and be careful.
Labs.
Yes.
Yeah, the lamps and the lanterns. And,
Candles and
right.
different items. Yeah, I suppose.
Which was great for a kid growing up but then I could go to other places too and they didn't have. But in this area we had
Mm-hmm.
hydro and we had a bathroom.
Well, yeah.
We
Now, what
also had an outdoor
outhouse
Yeah, it was there. It was there.
for the gentleman,
For whatever.
just in case. Yeah. Now, what was Dutton like, Ruth, in that time period? Like 30s and 40s, and because now I'm kind of curious. Or when did you come? When did you come to Dutton from St. Thomas?
32.
32. Okay, the year that Iris was born.
No, 30. The year I was born?
We came in 32.
Okay.
You were born in August. We came
You
in
came
this
in
spring.
spring, that's right.
Okay. Okay. So, what was
My
Dutton
father
like?
died that year.
Yes. Okay, and then you
So
moved.
then we moved to Dutton.
So what was Dutton like? Because of course when we research history, we think, oh, that was the Depression, and
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. We didn't have a whole lot of money. Nobody
No.
did, really.
no, was food a problem, or was it okay because we kind of come from an agricultural background out here?
Well, I've told you before that my mother rented out some of the rooms where we lived.
Okay.
And my aunt on the McKillop side had the one at the top of the stairs, the big room, for $1.50 a week. And she got her own meals, her own meals and everything, but that was her room.
Okay. So she bought her own food, made her own meals. Okay. Yeah.
That must have been a pain in the neck for my mother too, because she had girls that doing the same thing, you see, through the,
Yeah, and I would
School
stay there
year.
in winter, do the same thing.
Right. Oh, okay. So she had people boarding there to
little
go to
town girls
school.
and the
Yeah.
Pierce girls.
Okay.
And they came and then they rented the room, but theirs was $1 a week.
Okay.
But hers was $1.50 because she was there all the time.
Right. Okay.
And my mother could take that $1.50. Now this sounds crazy, but she got the groceries for the weekend with the $1.50.
Okay.
Now, of course, your dad would be bringing eggs in, and Grandpa always came in.
Well, yeah, Grandpa and Uncle Herb, they
Me
both
too.
were farmers, so a
Yeah.
lot of food went in then, but that was, no.
That's what I was thinking. Like in this area, because we were farming, I mean, we weren't in Toronto, where nobody was farming and food, you had to buy everything. I mean, you could get still fresh food in
Gas
this
was
area.
10 cents a gallon. Before I started to drive. And when I finished, when I went to Western in 49, I used to drive, I used to skip school, and I know it was 25 cents a gallon.
Wow.
Well, I remember that we used to get remember the Easters that lived in Dutton?
Yep.
Well, Mr. Easter had a car, which was great, and he would drive us. My mother would, I think she paid him $1, which was a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those
Then-
rooms for a week, right? That's, yeah.
To go to St. Thomas.
But what did Dutton have? Dutton had a bus that went from Dutton to St. Thomas in
Yeah.
those days.
Oh, okay.
And it had a train that went to Detroit because
course.
I had an aunt lived in
Mhm.
Detroit.
Yeah.
$1.50 too.
That's
For the-
right.
Just
if you
to-
got a special.
To go to Detroit? Okay.
Way back when.
Right.
So there was.
No, I heard a bus stopped in Wallacestown. Was that the
Did the Greyhound
Greyhound?
bus?
Greyhound.
Okay.
When I left for Western,
So that was more long distance
I came home every Friday
trips.
night
Okay. To Wallacestown.
and back Sunday, because at that point I had ties here.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually I stopped doing that fairly quickly. But yeah, you take the bus, and a lot of people got off at Wallacestown that were
Yeah.
going to Teachers College or university, and it wasn't very expensive. I can remember that. I came home because I was playing the church organ.
Oh.
So I had to
You had
come
to be home for
every
Sunday.
weekend for choir practice on Saturday night, rode on Friday night, practice on Saturday night, church on Sunday, and back to London on
Okay.
Saturday night.
And where did you go out Friday night?
Well, there was a
I s-
movie theater in West Lorne, and we
Yes,
would
where
go
the grocery
there.
store is now, right?
That's right.
Yes,
and
they
we
still
would go
have the
to
marquee
St.
out
Thomas
there.
to,
And there was one in
Movie
Glencoe
theater.
too.
That's
I
right, the
never-
Fox
I never went
Theater
to
in
Glencoe
Glencoe.
there. Yeah, there was. We as a family would go to Glencoe, but I never as a guy. And going
Okay.
out with a guy.
I'm sure there were
Glencoe.
dances and.
We went to the Y to dances.
Okay.
And sometimes there were dances in the hall on the weekend when I was
In
home or
Wallacestown.
whatever. And it depended, but
Yeah.
yeah,
What was going on?
that's right. But St. Thomas was the big place
Okay.
to go. And London Arena and Wonderland. Those were the other two places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did those.
Port Stanley?
Always Port Stanley.
yes.
That's a good one. Growing up here, if you didn't have a date when the port opened on May the 24th weekend, you could forget it for the whole summer. I mean, it was just like that. If you didn't have a date to go to the dance, so if you didn't for whatever reason have one, you would go. Same with the guys. So eventually, everybody had a date, and it may not have been who you wanted to go with, but you went, and that was it. That was the criteria.
So that was the social rule of the
That
season.
was it.
If you weren't seen with somebody,
At that opening, then
wow.
forget it, guys, for the summer.
I had never heard
Well,
that.
there you go.
That's
There you
interesting.
go.
Yeah.
So we're, talking back in the mid-40s.